think a lot of people that come, me included, that come through the doors of these teachings, they're very tense, when they first start out. I had old injuries and different things that just caused a very pathogenic level of tension in my body. And most of that's gone now, which is awesome. But I see this in other people that come in where they've thought their whole lives, they've made their whole life a mental process, and then they don't realize how miserable they are internally. Something I've been wanting to ask you about is this connection between good practice and just starting out, especially with people that have a lot of tension, weightlifters, stuff like that. Because when you start releasing, it's kind of general consensus, the less sort of weightlifting, tension stuff you put in, the better. But ultimately, I think if you just go from being tense to just relaxing, I think that it can be kind of jarring for people, and there's atrophy patterns that happen. And I think even on a mental level too, say if you're trying to take them from that doing space to a being space, do you think that maybe not going 100% into the water method initially could be helpful? Do you think it could be a shock to the system, or what are your thoughts on that?
No, I don't actually think it's a shock to the system. I think it's an antidote to what they're doing, because what they're doing is they're strangling their body, and they're strangling their mind, you know.
For sure.
But if you look at that, it's like tension does not generate relaxation. Okay, and they're packing tension into their body. And a lot of people ask me this question, and the questions come from two specific angles. The first one is, well, can I still do weights while I do qigong? Well, yeah, you can. But then what's the result you're wanting? Because the weights are putting tension in your body, yes, and going into the qigong tai chi is trying to soften and release and elongate the body. And tension contracts the body. A lot of people are into the kettlebells, and they're doing the kettlebells and they're doing the qigong, and it's like, well, I want to keep toning my body. Well, you'll keep toning your body if you do qigong well, if you do tai chi well, if you do bagua well. If you want to do an internal art that will keep your body really strong, do bagua. Do bagua.
For sure. Yeah.
Because the elongation, the stretches, and all that in bagua, your muscles, all your muscles are pulled. And you have great tone in your body at the end of your practice.
Totally. Yeah, I felt great, for the rest of the day after we practiced by the river, so yeah.
Yeah, but what you've got to look at is this, right? Which systems you want to develop? Because when you do these things, okay, it's targeted to that specific. It is a component of your body. It's a piece of you. It's not all of you. When you engage the whole body, then what happens is you actually strengthen your system, because the more you engage of you, that is from your fingertips to your spine, to your crown, to your toes, from your skin in through to your bones and organs, yes, the more of you engage, the more you get the blood and the chi flowing in the body, and the stronger you become as an individual, and the more integrated. And I don't care how strong someone is, their bicep is never going to be as strong as their legs.
For sure.
Right? So you build this strength within you when you're practicing qigong well, because you are actually engaging all of you, or the bulk of you.
Right.
And when you're doing these other practices actually splinter your mind and your body. Yes? Now, I'm not against doing stretching work or whatever to open up specific parts of the body because they're tighter, but that's just a warm-up for, that's not the main event.
For sure.
Right? And people also ask me about, well, I'm getting older, I need to keep my muscles stronger and all the rest of it. Muscle fiber is the weakest fiber in the body.
It is, yeah.
Okay? And the West is absolutely fixated on it. But if you grab your fascia wraps every muscle in your body. And if you get your fascia and you elongate your fascia, you engage your muscle right through to the core, right? But it's not a tension engagement.
Exactly. Yeah.
So qigong has an answer to that, but people are always concerned about losing their strength when they do qigong and when they do neigong, and they give up these other hard practices. And I think it's a false idea, personally, because my experience, and the experience I know a lot of other people have had, is when you release those tensions and when you go fully into that and when you integrate your whole body into those movements, you become a lot stronger. You become a lot stronger than you were with those external hard practices. Yes, because it's all of you engaged in any particular movement. It's fine to do these hard practices when you're young because your body can take it and you can heal quickly. But the more you age, the weaker your systems become if you don't take care of them. Yes? Then, of course, as you age, you need to keep your body in good condition. You want to slow down and prevent the illnesses and the injuries coming into you, because when they do, it takes you longer to recover. And in those recovery periods, you're not doing any practice, not hard or soft. So you don't see many Olympian athletes in their 40s and 50s.
No.
Right? But you do see people that do Tai Chi at 90 and 100 years old taking on full combat fighting. Right?
Right.
So where are they getting their strength from? Their bones are strong. Their ligaments are powerful. Their fascia is active and connected through their system.
Right.
Their blood is surging through their body and their chi development is huge. Yes? And so you just take that and you can see, yeah, some of these people, and it's not everybody, I mean, it takes a lot of dedication to get there. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of dedication. And this is another dichotomy between the internal and the external arts. In the external arts, you can become a good fighter in a couple of years. You can become strong if you're young. You can become strong and a good fighter in a couple of years. It takes a decade in the internal arts, right? But what you learn in the internal arts goes through your lifetime, whereas the external stuff at some point, you either keep damaging, breaking your body, and eventually you go down off that cliff, or you have to slow down and stop. And now what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And these people are now in their 40s, their 50s, their 60s. Now, these are looking for something that's going to heal their body from all the damage they've done to it doing these hard practices throughout their lives.
Yeah.
Yes? And they're the people walking in the door going, help me, I've done karate all my life and my body's broken.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, well, we got a lot of work to do. Yes? And so they don't have a decade to just slowly move in this direction, because now they're 60 or 70 years old, right? They need to make an about turn, a U-turn, and get going in that direction where they soften, release, yes? And they start to heal those injuries. And how do we heal those injuries? Well, if there's soft tissue injuries, we elasticate all the soft tissues of the body. We get the fascia to completely expand and open up. We get all of the ligaments to elongate, all the muscle fiber to elongate. And then we start to work out all the knots that are created by the scar tissue from all the tears and all the rips that we've put in the body through those hard practices. And so that cycle of healing can take someone 7 years, 10 years, 15 years, right? So you got to get on with it.
The future is wide open, we'll see. Yeah.
Definitely.
You want to do another tea? This is the monk tea.
The monk.
I believe it's 1980s, and it was named by Kirsten actually because it kind of gives you the Buddha eyes.
Oh, does it?
But it's also very activating too.
I'm going to be watching you to see if your Buddha eyes are alive.
We'll see. Yeah.
Jade frog.
Jade frog, it's good stuff.